programmes tonight on BBC One. At 7 o'clock, Tomorrow's World includes a look at the dangers of driving.
Barry, I've commandeered a vehicle.
The old trick, eh? Eat the telly before I get a chance to nick you. It's a toaster.
Talik, you have been defeated. Surrender. You have failed.
Insufficient data.
Nazi ain't got no humanity. They're the foot soldiers of a Jew-hating, mass-murdering maniac, and they need to be destroyed. That's why any and every sumbitch we find wearing a Nazi uniform, they're gonna die.
Is this world protected? But you're not the first lot to have come here. Oh, there have been so many. And what you've got to ask is, what happened to them?
Hello. I'm the doctor.
Yes, indeed, Kim. Good morning. I hope you're doing well. Man, I was just thinking, you know, it would be a great anniversary special. That, like, well, I started off thinking, well, we wouldn't that be great if we had a doctor? Like the world is fucked. It's insane right now, right? Because I think nefarious forces have fucked it quite royally. She cried, jigger jigger. Like the doctors band together to make, somehow get rid of all the mass immigration, right? Yeah, they drop them off in an alternate dimension to a place where England's Muslim or something. Yeah, and they'll be happy there, right? They probably won't. I know. It is getting crazy in my house, ladies and gentlemen, because Monday night, and Monday night's coming very quickly. Monday night is the beginning of the high holiday days, which is like a big deal. It's kind of like one of the focal points of the year, right? The high holy days. It's a Jewish New Year, but it's a how would you describe it? It's a reboot cycle for reality that takes about 3 weeks. Maybe a bit more. About 3 weeks. But like, reality can change and it can be whatever you want it to be. You just have to want it, right? And God has to think it's good for you, right? And I think we're heading in a really good direction, right? As we're entering this new year, right? It's entering a new year is like going into a black hole of a new reality. Like, what's it going to be? Nobody really knows. Well, nobody mortal knows, right? But I'm very optimistic in our trajectory going into the year, which is we're watching evil be crushed underfoot, like melting into nothing. Like, I mean, woke, right? It's being crushed like I've never seen before, right? When I saw, it was only this morning I saw Jimmy Kimmel was fired, right? That's a big bloody deal, right? Anyway, but I think that all ties. So I think that's we're going to talk about that soon. But I think that all kind of ties into the trajectory we're having going into the new year. I think, honestly, I think the unity and the prayer, right, and the cleaving to God that Charlie Kirk's assassination has brought into the world may be enough to pop us out into the Messianic era. It's kind of like the Battle of Helm's Deep when it was lost, right? This was a lost battle, right? And all of a sudden the Riders of Rohan show up with Gandalf, right? That's what we need. Bit of that. And they are the Riders of Rohan right now, right? Or Knights of the Vale at the Battle of the Bastards. How about that? Basically same kind of thing. Look better in Lord of the Rings. Dakota Johnson or Jennifer Lawrence? Well, it depends what what era Jennifer Lawrence, right? I know. Also, you know, the super messed up Jennifer Lawrence thing, kind of sexy, but do you want to deal with it, right? What was that great movie? She was perfect in it. Not Boogie Nights, American Hustle. Oh, she was great in that because she essentially played herself like a super hot, completely messed up girl, right? And she was great in that. She really was. She was fantastic in that. So I don't know. And then who was it? Who else do you say? Dakota Johnson. Dakota Johnson, as I recall, is quite nondescript. So I was going for Jennifer Lawrence, even though I may end up, you know, being killed with a nail file into my neck, you know, yeah, in the middle of the night. Well, hopefully not. Hopefully not. Yeah, but she does seem like a lot of trouble. Anyway, so yeah, we're heading in the Jewish New Year. So now we're in the shopping zone. My wife just did the New Year's shop. Now, by the way, please, everybody keep my daughter-in-law in your prayers if you are a praying type person. She's in hospital again. It's fortunately, I don't know what a cervix is, right? And I'm trying hard not to find out. But yeah, she's having twins, and the cervix is bulging a bit, right? Like, so we're trying to keep her pregnant rather than give birth for at least another month, right? So we want to get into a 7th month at least. Yeah, that'd be great. But again, I think the babies are bursting to come into this reality as this new reality is bursting to be eager to be, you know, burst forth into our reality too. Yeah, so like you have all these Jewish foods. These like firstly, it was this Sabbath was supposed to be quiet. Me and my wife, we were going to get takeout, and it was just going to be just quiet, right? Sounds good. Sounds fantastic. That's exactly the sort of thing I want. Then my daughter was in hospital again, so but they're coming up tomorrow before Sabbath. But my wife says, look, so my wife said, you can either come stay with us or go and stay at their place. Their place is better because they have no stairs, right? But my wife's now my wife's making food for them and us, as well as making Jewish New Year. Holy shit, everyone's here. Oh my God, it is a full house. So I got me, my wife, my 2 daughters, right? My 2 sons and their wives. So that's I've lost count already. 8. Then my mother-in-law, right? The gang's all here. Although for the I should have booked this early. For the coming twins to be born, my wife, we got new couches. Right, my wife's also got a couple of the Lazy Boy rocker glider chairs as well. So we're all stoked for a place to sit in the living room now, right? But yeah. So my wife's up to making New Year's food. So 2 things. Our main meal. We have, we have 2 courses essentially. It's and there are 3 apple dessert. We normally start with soup. Well, actually, that's actually the second course. Okay, you start with a thing called significant omens. We call them Simmons, right? Omens and portents, right? Where you do different omens for the year, and basically you have different food that sounds like the word you want to say, right? But you have like apple, and you dip it in honey. Dip the apple in the honey. Make a bracha, that's blessing, loud and clear. Ashana Tova Umatukas. Happy New Year and a sweet one. Have a happy, sweet New Year. You don't have to do that, right? You don't do that. But there's that, there's pomegranate, there's fish, there's date, and there's all these different ones, right? You can see in my little prayer book, it's filthy on those 2 pages, right? Absolutely filthy, which we are not a stranger to in the Lebetkin household. Anyway, so once we finish with all that stuff, then it's soup. And my wife makes like a wild mushroom soup with wine. It's like a bunch of different mushrooms, really, really good. But she's got to make chicken soup on Saturday for Sabbath, so she can use that as a base for this soup. Okay, so then following that is beef Wellington. Yeah, my wife was a bit perturbed. She got the wrong type of roast. She want to get 2 roasts for the beef Wellington, and she got a roast and something else, and then she was pissed off. I was like, it's time for me to go stream, baby. Time for me to go stream. This is too much stress. Right. Yorkshire puddings, obviously. Roast potatoes, peas. We are. But that's our normal menu. But anyway, now I see all the beetroot. Beetroot's one of the significant omens, right? Now I see all the stuff in the kitchen, all the pomegranates, all the apples, everything. Well, it's going to be making apple pie. Now I'm like, oh shit, it's real. It's happening, right? How terrifying. It's here, man. And I think this new year is going to be crazy good. Crazy good, because, this past year, which we're coming up to a real completion of right now, this past year has been defined by the false bubbles, right, of narrative being hit by reality, right, and reality winning. It's really crazy, right? To that end, by the way, I still don't know. Yeah, I'll let you know how this goes, as time goes on, right? Yeah. So 5 years ago, I talked about the whole the rabbi is out of control, right? Who was a gossip. Anyway, so during that time period, right, the border of the shore, that's the people who run the synagogue, they had a town meeting. It was by invitation only, to talk about meat, because I was the only one who wouldn't shut up and go, yeah, no, this isn't kosher, right? And man, they say so. Thing is, that's completely not kosher. We call it treif, like completely and totally treif. And I haven't really spoken to anybody about it. There were 2 friends of mine, former friends, yeah, I guess, former friends of mine that were involved with it, and other people as well. But I never talked about it, and it's so weird because it's so not kosher, right? It's so deeply not kosher. It's like completely, again, treif. So this year, I decided, coming up to Jewish New Year, I got in contact and I initiated the conversation, and I can't imagine it was pleasant for them, right? And I kept saying all through the thing, look, I'm not mad at you, and don't have any hatred for you, but you did this. This is completely like, how do you think you're religious, right? It seems to be like, I don't understand how you could possibly do this completely verboten thing and think you're religious, but you can't do both, right? It makes no sense. But what happens is you have cognitive dissonance. You don't really notice it as you're doing it, right? So I go through everything I did in a lot of detail. It takes time. In about well over an hour, right? But I know, I did. I posted it. I made a WhatsApp group with a group of 3 people and another group of 2 people. The main of the group of 3 people were the main one, right? And I put a quick 10-minute teaser. I said, or maybe it was 20 minutes. Anyway, I know they watched it, and it linked to a YouTube video, which is unlisted. Right, but I know they watched it, right? And the weird thing is this, and I do point out they had there is no way you could possibly think you're religious, and thinking they're religious is very important to them, right? It's very, very, very important to them, and it's kind of a fantasy that's been taken away from them now to a great extent. I don't know, but here's the thing. It's not again, I didn't. There was no. I'm not mad. It was years ago, right? I'm just saying. Listen, this is more to do with your immortal soul, right? Maybe you want to, not piss in the face of God, right? I know. It's just my advice. I think it's probably quite good advice if we all believe in God, right? Which I don't think some of them do, right? But anyway, so this was on was it Sunday? Yeah, Sunday afternoon. I sent it out. So again, the 2 groups. I've seen people from one group and they're a bit freaked out, but they're dealing. I haven't seen anybody from the other group, which I was who did a lot worse stuff, frankly. Right? And I know they watch every second of it, the other group. I'm gonna see them on Sabbath, I assume. So, like, I don't know. I have no idea what the reaction is going to be, but that's a really, really good example of, a false narrative smashing against reality, and boy, is it smashing against reality. As I said, I watched it back. I'm like, am I screaming like a crazy person? And I'm like, no, everything I'm saying, and that will happen. I'm being quite reasonable. So I'm really intrigued to hear where it goes. It could go anywhere, right? I have no idea, right? Literally no idea. But again, that's the new year for you, baby. Anything can happen, right? Anything can happen. So we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. Speaking about anything can happen. Where should we start with? Let's start with Jimmy Kimmel, right? The woke world is collapsing. This is not a good time to be woke, right? They've lived for years and years and years without any consequences for anything. And now they finally... Okay, look, here's what happened. Charlie Kirk died, and basically Charlie Kirk was a much loved and respected person. I mean, like, because, again, I'm a Jew, right? The Christians did the Crusades. It's like, I have nothing but respect for Charlie Kirk. And I think it's tragic he was murdered. Absolutely tragic. By the way, I forgot about this. This guy, I remember at the time, when they said they had a shooter, it was this guy. Doing, right? And it was like, no, he was just doing that so the real shooter can get away. Right? And so who was it? Any random leftist turns out to be, into child pornography, right? Elderly rabble raiser who falsely claimed he shot Charlie Kirk, hit with child porn charges. It's like, how are they all so totally scummy constantly? Right? Like how? It's unbelievable. Like, oh, you hit a random leftist. Yeah, Peter. Yeah, well, what you can do. Anyway, so Jimmy Kimmel, just again, there's a desperation to lie to pretend this guy wasn't a bonkers trans leftist, because that's what he was, right? Because they want to pretend they're not the ones that go, and that's really how much things have changed, right? How quickly things have changed. There's a Jewish holiday called Purim, which is essentially about the downfall of a proto-Hitler-like person, right? Called Haman, and his wife realizes when they're going down, it's like like as soon as the luck turns, right? As soon as the pendulum swings, it swings hard and it swings long, right? It's not coming back in the near future. Next year's going to be crazy, and I go from the Jewish New Year's. Anyway, so Jimmy Kimmel went on TV desperately lying, right, and being. Here's a problem that liberals, leftists, whatever you want to call them, have right now. That they couldn't stop themselves from giggling with glee and joy, right? And just being so happy with themselves, right? And then they said no, and then they went, they just made up a bunch of stuff about Charlie Kirk to make themselves feel like they weren't the shits they were, and that just made them look more shitty.
Over the weekend, with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them, and doing everything they can to score political points.
Okay, it's the inverse of reality. It's the pieces of shit like this spent the entire weekend lying through their fucking teeth, right? Again, they said, he's from a white family of Republicans. But he was super extreme left. They just lie. They just lie. They don't give a shit. It's crazy how people do that. I don't understand. Look, I'm in the minority. I don't do that. But man, they just lie. Yeah, you're looking to... No, the political points that we're scoring with this is it's over, fuckface. Right? You out of control, crazy fuck leftists are over. We're done being nice. J.D. Vance, I think, quite rightly said, you can't have dialogue with people who are like this, with people who take glee at the death of Charlie Kirk, right? These are subhuman people, right? And yeah, I understand that's the language they've been using about us for years. But like, I'm sorry, this is the world they created, right? You love cancel culture, Jimmy Kimmel, right? You absolutely loved it. You love Tucker Carlson being fired, and even though he turned out a bit better as you said, but so I know it's earlier.
From it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half-staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They just...
I don't even think he heard what the question was, frankly. It was like, he's just giving a boilerplate answer.
Started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction.
This guy's just such a shit. I mean, like, again, why are you lying to everybody to pretend this wasn't a crazy... Again, they just pretend they haven't spent the last 10 years screaming Trump and anybody, within 3 feet of him is super Hitler, right? Well, they just kind of pretend it. No, that happened, you dumb fuck, from you.
Demolition, construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish, okay?
Yeah, it's like quite necessary. So anyway, thankfully, I'm quite happy about one of the major distributors of ABC said, no, we're not running this. This is disgusting. And so, they were forced to get rid of Jimmy Kimmel. Now, here's what's really going on. It got terrible ratings. It cost way too much to reduce. They were going to end it next year when his contract ran out. They had a good reason to get out, right? But of course, woke media went crazy, right? Look at this.
Go ahead. I'm interested because are they sending everyone home? What's happening on the scene? The show would have been taping within the next hour, so people would be there. Yes, this is very abrupt, very abrupt.
And this is all about jawboning. It's all about public pressure. Actually revolt.
No, it was about the person carrying it. They were disgusted by it, and they said their audience will be disgusted by it, right? And then we are. The world is done with your bullshit, right? And I'm sorry you have to live by the rules that you created, even though we kept screaming at you not to create them. But you can't just go, oh no, that's not fair now. You live by these fucking rules, and you should die by these rules, metaphorically, obviously.
Revoking FCC licenses is extremely difficult. I wrote about this last fall when candidate Donald Trump was talking on the campaign trail about wanting to punish stations by taking away their licenses. And throughout the history of the country, ever since we've had broadcast television, license revocations are extraordinarily rare. Once you've got one, you're pretty much guaranteed to keep it. So the threat...
what's the point of having a license then?
Is not that the FCC is actually going to take away a license. It's about the public noise. It's about the shame and embarrassment. It's about
the millions of dollars of fines they were going to get levied for lying through their fucking teeth by pretending that the Charlie Kirk shooter was right wing when he wasn't. That's what it was about, right?
Brendan Carr going on podcasts and embarrassing ABC. There's a term for this. It's jawboning, and that's what we've seen happen today in a very real way. Trump vowed retribution on the campaign trail, and he's getting it. He's getting it against entertainers and comedians.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have jumped up and down with glee when a national hero got murdered by one of you psychopaths after spending the last 10 years screaming that everyone's a super Nazi. And they should really go ahead and take care of the problem. You know what I mean, right? It wasn't ambiguous, right? You spent the last 10 fucking years with this.
But Aaron, for every reaction, there is a counter reaction. Stephen Colbert has already been joking about getting hired somewhere else.
No one's gonna ever. Okay, Stephen Colbert and Jimmy Kimmel are dead in the water if they have to survive on their own talent, right? They're just dead. All right, there's so many clips that I could go on and on and on, but it gets boring. But it all gets summed up. But well, we'll just watch this one because it's really hilarious. Jen Psaki, like who was one of the greatest liars of all time when she was the press secretary, right? Lying away.
Kimmel, I think, is a pretty watershed moment. I think we all...
Yeah, means your time's over, fuckface assholes. It means your time is fucking over. Thank God for that. It was an evil time that you had control over the world, and we're all going to be happy that you're gone.
Need to be talking about. We actually, and it's not just a media story. I know you agree with me on this. It's not just a media story. It's a democracy.
It's not. You call democracy. I call it your insidious grab of power.
Democracy story. It's a freedom of speech story. It's so many things. And I've been thinking a lot today about how I lived through years of answering questions from a lot of these network journalists.
I mean, excuse me. I don't remember anybody being upset when Roseanne Barr was fired. I don't remember anybody being upset when Tucker Carlson was fired. I just meant giggling childish glee. Right? And again, I don't like Tucker. He's a fucking anti-Semite. So fuck him, frankly. Right, but yeah, you're just hypocrites.
People who ask tough questions. Sometimes I was pissed off at them. That's part of what we do, and this is threatening that.
Although I have to say, Jen Psaki was the greatest press secretary of all time. You've got to give credit where credit. She remained pleasant through the entire time and made disaster after disaster after disaster after disaster seem okay, right? Honestly, and she did it so skillfully. She's a huge liar, but man, was she good at her job. You cannot take that away from her. Anyway, for a more realistic view on things, you have to turn to the Donald, right? So what the Donald have to say?
Was fired because he had bad ratings more than anything else, and he said a horrible thing about a great gentleman known as Charlie Kirk. And Jimmy Kimmel is not a talented person. He had very bad ratings, and they should have fired him a long time ago. So, you can call that free speech or not. He was fired for lack of talent.
Like, don't get into a war of words with Donald Trump. He's going to eviscerate you, which he just did, effortlessly. There we go, doink. Now, Trump's has been in England, and oh boy, have both the English been enjoying it and the Trumps have been enjoying it. Weirdly. Okay, so England, from an outside observer, and I love England, England has the persona right now with Donald Trump as a, over-the-hill, glamorous Hollywood star who was able to glam up again and get the attention of all the guys for one last night, right? When they came up and, told Trump, they came up and charmed Trump. YMCA's this song. Here, let me look at my history. There was a video I was watching on Talk TV, which was pretty. I think they kind of covered everything. Is this the one? Yeah. Let me grab that. There we go. Doink. And it's all in the first 2-3 minutes, which makes it way easier. Friday, down it comes, down in one. But yeah, the British were able to pull out the pomp and ceremony, and oh boy, did the Trumpster like it a lot, right? The Trumpster liked it a lot.
Price, former government advisor.
1 second, I'll get over to the special bond. Yeah. So this is at the state dinner, and this is Trump about as happy as you can ever imagine Trump being, because everyone's really loving this speech as well.
Special relationship at the banquet last night.
The British Empire laid the foundations of law, liberty, free speech, and individual rights virtually everywhere the Union Jack has ever flown, including a place called America.
Yeah, it's a shame what happened to have him back in England now, but everywhere else is doing okay.
That place very well, don't you? His Majesty spoke eloquently about the bond which inspired Sir Winston Churchill, and the bust is in the Oval Office right now, the beautiful bust of Winston Churchill, to coin.
It's a beautiful bust. One of the best is. Milano's got a very good bust too, but this bust of Winston Churchill, it's the bestest bust. People say, Donald, that's such a good bust. Where did you get that bust from? I said, it was here when I walked in. They were ready for me with their beautiful bust.
The phrase special relationship, but seen from American eyes, the word special does not begin to do it justice. We're joined by history and fate and by love and language.
Here's the thing, they all hate Donald Trump, but when he says nice things to you, they all go gooey. Everyone goes weak at the knees. It's funny. They actually do.
And by transcendent ties of culture, tradition, ancestry.
I don't know, he is, but he looked like he's getting a hand job.
The ties are incredibly historic, and it's nice to know that the bust of Winston Churchill is back in the Oval Office.
But
when I hear Trump speak like that, it makes me so proud and so happy, and I just
look again. Trump being nice to you is like oh, it's so good. Weirdly enough, it is that. I mean that's really true, right? That's really true. Anyway, what we got going on? Okay, and I love him shit talking as well. 1 second. We've got 2 more things to look at. They're on the wrong thing. Doink. I still love the way he announced that. What's his name? The number 2 guy in Al Qaeda was killed. He died. He died like a dog on his knees. I love that. Again, at the end, the intelligentsia, they're like, oh no, it's so awful. I'm like, no, this is awesome, baby. Awesome. Great news for America. The ratings challenge Jimmy Kimmel Show is canceled. Congratulations to ABC for finally having the courage to do what they should have done. Kimmel has 0 talent and worse ratings than even Colbert. As well. That leaves Jimmy and Seth, 2 total losers on fake news NBC, and their ratings are horrible. Do it, NBC, President Donald J. Trump. I like that. I'm sorry, I like that, but I like this even more. This is going to change the world. I am pleased to inform many American patriots that I'm designating Antifa, a sick, dangerous, radical. I mean, do you remember when they said Antifa? They just lied. Oh no, there's no organized Antifa, right? They're organized cells all around the world. You can literally buy merchandise, right? At that point, you're a thing. Right, radical left as disaster as major terrorist organization. I will be strongly recommending those funding Antifa to be thoroughly investigated in accordance with the highest legal standards and practices. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Oh, you can bet. You can bet every penny that's gone into. Okay, did you notice, by the way, in the Unite the Flag protest, the counter protest, they could only muster maybe like 5,000 people. Yeah, that's because they don't have the money from Soros anymore, or from USAID. I think they're going to go way after that. Right? It's all crumbling to dust, and it really is. It's crumbling to dust in front of our bloody eyes. Incredibly enough. What else? There's a couple more things he said over there, which I thought was quite good. Really well. Doink. Oh, wait a minute. Share screen. Video file. Now it's just toying with me. Really? I can't even turn my camera back on because I just got a whizzy wheel. Well, okay. Really? Still? Okay, fine. And again, why do I love Trump so much? Because of this. Because he has my back, baby.
Remember October 7th, one of the worst, most violent days in the history of the world. Not just there, the history of the world. And I got to see the tapes, and I wish I didn't see them, actually. But I got to see them. And I want an end. I want the hostages released. And I think it's going to be okay. But it has been a brutal period of time. But this has been going on for a long time.
By the way, as from what I understand, we are kicking shit out of Hamas right now in Gaza City.
Long time. This is not something that's over the last year, 2 years. But this has been for decades and decades. But we want it to end. We have to have the hostages back immediately. That's what the people of Israel want. They want them back. And we want the fighting to stop. And it's going to stop but a lot of bad things. You know, Hamas said that they're going to put the hostages up as bait. They're going to put the hostages in front of any attack. And that's pretty brutal. We haven't heard that one in a long time. So we have to remember that. So I have a disagreement with the Prime Minister on that score. Okay?
Yeah,
one of our few disagreements,
you're
actually.
right. I'm with you, Trumpster. Right, I'm with you on that one. Okay, last thing. Here's the last thing. Like, why everything was going so well, this was actually also happening in England, and it's such an embarrassment. Right? It is such an embarrassment. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Doink.
But you better have a damn good reason for being here. I'm a member of the Free Speech Union, and I'm an American citizen. I'll have Elon Musk on you so quick your feet won't touch.
Something that we believe you've written on Facebook has upset someone.
You're here because...
I like, we have the police sent you. And I know they've been doing it for years and years and years. Right? But come on. Do you not understand what twats that makes you look like? Really, you don't. Right? You really, truly don't. Don't understand what a twat that makes you look like. Because it makes you look like a massive twat. Right? It does. There's no other way of describing it. You look like a massive twat. Why do you make the entire country look like twats? Right? It's ridiculous. Right? It really is ridiculous. Like, why are you doing this? Right? Are you trying to make England look ridiculous? Because you're succeeding.
Somebody got upset. Is it against the law? Am I being arrested?
You're not being arrested.
Then what are you doing here?
My plan was, if you were admitting that it was you who wrote the comment, you could just make an apology to the person.
I'm not apologizing to anybody. I can tell you that.
The alternative would be that I have to call you in for an interview. I'm here to talk to you about the allegation. They've reported it to the police.
So what?
Obviously, we.
It's only like I'm offended by all the Palestinian flags. So are you going to do anything about it? No, because you're too freaking terrified of the Muslims. Essentially, isn't that the case? I mean, like, let's be honest. That is the case, right? A new bit of Doctor Who news just came up. Yeah, it just it is crazy, right? It is crazy. Okay, fine. I've got stuff to look over there. Anyway, let's keep going.
Are there no houses that have been burgled recently? No rapes, no murders?
Yeah, that's all going on as well.
Well, then why aren't you out there doing, investigating those?
Because I've got to investigate everything that gets reported.
Well, you're not investigating houses
well, let's investigate all those Palestinian flags up.
burgled.
No, that's not my job today. I'd like to have a look at the comment that I'm...
I don't need to. I know exactly the things I've said.
Okay, well, I mean... I hope she didn't say anything that bad, but this is ridiculous.
You know how many people in this neighborhood have been broken into?
I don't look after this neighborhood.
No, of course you don't, unless there's a tweet, then you do. So what? I haven't broken any laws. So you're going to be wasting your time when you can be, instead, doing things that are more important.
That's why I wanted to just come to you directly, have a chat about it.
No. You should not be doing this.
And, you're literally the secret police, you're the thought police. How do you not see yourself as the thought police? Right? That's exactly what you are. Weirdo nutbag.
I'm a cancer patient. You can see that because I'm bald.
I didn't know that before I came, but it doesn't change anything. You still can't break laws. If you haven't broken a law, then nothing happens.
Well, you know whether I've broken a law. You can judge for yourself before you even show up at my door. The public knows what you guys are doing. We know what's going on in this country. Why don't you do that? Get onto them and tell them to apologize to me, a cancer patient, a woman living on her own, who has never broken a law in her life, by the way, ever. An older woman, you tell them, I'm an elderly woman, I'm a cancer patient.
I have to come back and arrange an interview then.
Well, you can arrange it, but I'm going to tell you the same damn things that I'm telling you now. Next time, I'm going to have a Free Speech Union lawyer with me.
Good. Right. Okay. Was it $40 a month? Well, good luck raising that. If you let me on board, I'll try and find people who pay that for you. It's like, well, yeah, I'm still Jewish. Fine, let's get to the chat. You got to laugh, ladies and gentlemen. Got to laugh. What are we up to? Oh, it's a Chris Chibnall show. I forgot. Of course, the students' plan that the MCU ever had was replacing me with Florence Pugh. That really is true. Like I can't. And I feel you're being unfair to Florence Pugh as well, because like she's not an unattractive woman, but she's just fuckable, right? She's eating like it. That's not so much, right? But Florence Pugh is like, doesn't look like she's out of anybody's league. She looks very much like normal girlfriend-wife territory, right? Scarlett Johansson, especially, Black Widow Prime Scarlett Johansson, no, not so much. I went Dakota Johnson. That's who she is. If she's any attractive, I will. Dakota Johnson. I reckon she's reasonably nondescript. Yeah, she's really reasonably nondescript. What's she been in? Yeah, 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah, not really. That's much more female porn, I would say. Yeah, no. So Jennifer Lawrenson. No, not even close. Right, that's not even close. No, with that, let's get to the chat. Why don't I really panic about World War III? Because it might happen. Watching press conference and Fat Beast Farm, someone so fried. Because he's shit, right? He's the worst prime minister of all time. This has got to be the worst worst government run ever, right? It's got to be the worst. It's been a year, and he's fucked everything in the arse to death. Like, everything is just bloody fucking arses right now. I mean, it's just so bad. What if Doctor Who and England are joined? Oh, so we've got to wait for England to go before we get good Doctor Who? That'd be great. OT is here doing OT. Thank you for joining us. Dr. Alex is here. Dr. Alex. Oh, man. I am determined, right? Determined to get back on board to listen to Big Finish so I can finish my reviews there, so I can focus on the Dr. Alex stuff. I really want to do weekly reviews of the Lovecraft stuff, Mountain Madness, right? Mountains of Madness? I can't remember. I bet it's going to be good, but I want that to be an ongoing thing. Right, and I wanted to do that with Conan, but I just got distracted by trying to get myself to listen to Big Finish. I can't. Right, I just can't. It's not good enough. And honestly, the FOMO has gone away from me for Big Finish. Like, they had that Missing Story came out, and I'm like, I'll wait and see if I can illegally download it. Right, frankly, not really. I think it's really on its last. For me, anyway, I think it's nearly over. There's a few. I'll get the third Doctor box set, and the second Doctor one looks good. But like, what can I say? Nick Briggs retires next year. God bless him. I hope he just makes it right, and everything's okay. Dr. Alex is here. Of course, Tolkien is better than Cannot Finish Martin, and is playing with toilets. I don't know about toilets, but okay. I believe you. I mean, look, that does look much more beautiful. Darren M is here. How you doing, Darren M? So your blessings are sung to Clementine. Yes, but Clementine is probably sung to a Jewish song. Like, you have no idea how common that is. That you know a tune and it's actually a Jewish tune. That, because like a lot of the pop culture music writers in the 50s, 60s, 70s all came from like Jewish backgrounds with with those very Jewish songs. So, like, for example, the Monsters. I've told this example before. You got this incidental music in the Monsters that goes dun 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 dun, like as Mr. Smedley is walking up the yard. Dun 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 dun. That's from a tune that you sing, was it Hallel to, which is a verses of praise you do on like the new month or on a holiday, that sort of thing. And you get like Scarborough Fair. That was a song they sing every Friday night called La Chadodi. Da 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 da. Right? It's a lot. So Clementine may well be from that.
Dip the apple in the honey, make a bracha loud and clear. Ashana tova umatolka, have a happy, sweet New Year. I like how it went into like Transylvania in the middle of that. I started from as a little girl, ended up as Dracula. How that happened, I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. Anything can happen. Anything can happen next half hour. Stingray. Yeah, you lean forward, darling. You know what you're doing. BD Richards here. Well, the so-called Be Kind Progressive Left have really owned Pandora's box. Enjoy your terrorist attack. I know, it's great, isn't it? I just love how they're completely knocked out of reality. They're just destroyed. It's great. Yes, says the soldier. Yes, Robbie's making a lot of nice new enemies. Oh, I keep them. I am. Okay. I keep up, yes. I'm in a new drama called Fraudies right on my street. Well, you've got a lot of sorry, that's Peter Rich. She had the perfect trainer for that. I mean, she is an actress. She's just awful, Jodie Whittaker. I mean, God bless her. But she's just a terrible actress. She really is. Here, can I find that clip from Bullets Over Broadway? Hang on, let me see if I can. Hang on. This is how I feel. Bullets Over Broadway. Actress. Murder. Where is it? I got the trailer. I can't find the clip. Oh, this is it. Yeah. Fine. So, okay. The basic premise of Bullets Over Broadway is that who is it? John Cusack, right? John Cusack is basically a Woody Allen stand-in. He's a playwright in the 1920s, right? And he gets financed by a mobster and he puts, as long as he makes his girlfriend the lead, Olive, right? Played by who is it? Jennifer Tilly. Oh yeah, it was a good actress. And there's a mobster there to like keep an eye on her. So for some reason, the mobster gets involved in the rewrites of the play, and eventually ends up rewriting the play completely, and it's brilliant. It's like a piece of absolute masterclass. But every time the boss's girlfriend is in it, she's awful. She makes the whole thing bad. Then one day she's sick and the understudy's in it, and everything's better, right? And so the mobster can't live with it, so he's got to bump her off. Anyway, this is again. I'm not saying there should be any, nobody should do anybody physical harm. But I always thought this is how it would end for Jodie Whittaker, right? I really did, okay? It just seemed right and proper. I would tell you. Here, where is it? Doink. I'm on the wrong thing. There we go. There. Doink.
You're telling me I'm overacting in the first scene and I don't know what I'm saying? See, you know what I'm doing, Cheeches? I'm working...
I mean, doesn't it sound like Jodie Whittaker trying to go through a script?
...on a superior laugh, like, ha, 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 he. I want to throw that in when Sylvia threatens to leave, and then I burst into tears. And, he says no, but what the hell?
Yeah. I mean, again, this is Jodie Whittaker breaking down a script.
What kind of dull show is he putting on anyway?
I don't know.
What? Hey, where are we
And he's written it, and this is like, nails on a chalkboard to him.
going? I thought we were going to go meet Nick.
We have to go pick up Nick. Be with him in a minute.
We're going to go pick up Nick?
Yeah, right. Yeah,
You never said nothing about picking him up.
No, we just got to meet him.
I thought we were going to meet him at the club.
Right, so all through the movie, this is where he brings people to murder them, to bump them off. He's a hitman. You're gonna see why I'm tying this into Jodie Whittaker in a minute, okay?
I have to wear those dowdy, brown, ugly dresses. I don't understand. What are we doing here? I thought we were going to see Nick.
Yeah, we are. Nick's got a surprise for you.
Nick's got a surprise for me?
Yeah, come
Again, this just sounds like a Jodie. Really?
on. Come with me. You're gonna really like it. This costs Nick a lot of dough to see to do this for you. Come on.
I don't like this. I don't like this, Chief. I can't understand why Nick has a surprise for me.
He wants to take you on Listen, he's got a moonlight cruise for you.
A moonlight cruise?
A moonlight cruise. Just walk right over there. Go ahead. He's right over there. Just walk.
Again, This is again. If there's any justice, this is how Jodie Whittaker will meet her in. Again, I'm not wishing her ill. Right? This is a parody joke. Everybody, calm down.
Walk over there.
Nikki?
Olive.
What?
I think you should know this. You're a horrible actress. Thank God I don't have to hear her voice anymore.
Yes. Yes, that's where I would be. Okay. Again, I'm not wishing her ill. She should be fine. She should live to 120. It's a parody. Nobody panic. Oh, I'm not talking about somebody who was just murdered in front of his wife and kids horribly, in front of the world. No, I'm talking about a parody because she's a horrible actress. Okay, she's a horrible actress. Where are we up to? Something I have to say about Tucker Carlson I found really disgusting is how he's come out with how Charlie Kirk doesn't like Netanyahu and isn't supportive of Israel. Believe me, if Charlie Kirk wanted to say that, he would have fucking said it. He doesn't need you to fucking put words in the mouth, little cunt. His stomach keeps disappearing. Well, that is the superpower. Stephen Braddock is here. Don't see her back. Thank you for joining. I see someone like through Steve again. Oh, did he speak? Well, that will do the trick. What's this? I have no idea what this is talking about. Oh dear, did somebody's power-hungry actions got picked up by Toby Young? I don't know who Toby Young is. Oh well, enjoy explaining the upcoming tribunal. Matt the Mountains of Madness. Thank you. Archer Collin. Whenever you come in and interject, it makes things clearer, right? It makes things clearer. Something that wasn't clearer. All right, something that wasn't clearer, and I should have been clearer about it, was the top story I had on for last stream. That was Nev Fountain. Here, let me pause up. So Nev Fountain's got a new book coming out, but Nev Fountain is crazy. Sadly. He like many. Oh, I should pull that up as well. Well, where is it? Hang on. Let me find that. Like many crazes, they keep doing very dumb things, right? Like very dumb things. They shouldn't keep doing dumb things like spurging off about Charlie Kirk. It's just stupid at this point. Yeah, let me see. Do I have the? Oh, I think it was. Was it one of these ones? Somebody sent me something. I know I can find it online. I think. Not there. Never mind. Oh, I know. I'll find it online. Hang on. I have to go to. Oh, it's over here. Okay. These stories are kind of everywhere, right? Trying to track them all down. It's Tuvok getting again saying stupid things. Too many celebrities saying too many stupid bloody things. Can they all just relax on saying the stupid things? No, that's not it. Oh, where is it? I can't even remember the name of the bloody actor. Tim Russ, maybe? Is that it? I don't know. Here, let me see if I can find it. I think it's Tim Russ. Charlie Kirk. He went a whole spurg out. Oh, there you go. It was at Cosmic Book News. There you go. Oh, fine. It's so sad. It's so sad how stupid all these people get, right? And they're just stupid, right? They are genuinely bonkers stupid. So anyway. Let me share the screen. Share screen. So yeah, I forgot to go over Nev Fountain. He's got a new book coming out, but he went on this bizarre Charlie Kirk rant. I can't see it because I'm not his friend on Facebook, but somebody sent it to me. Let me just see if I can. Excuse me while I whip this out. She cried. No, nearly there. Oh no, there's that as well. Back. You should really just write these things down the minute that somebody gives it to you. Oh, here it is. Fine. So Ned Fontaine, Dead Ringers writer, or Big Finish Doctor Who writer. So, how good a writer is he? Let's have a look at his Big Finish. Right, he did Death Comes to Time, didn't he? Wasn't that him? Yeah, what's that? Share screen. Share screen. Doink. So we got a flash sale. What's the flash sale for Bonnie Langford? Okay, these recent ones don't. I think $30 for this is too much. Okay, all this is shit. Don't even bother. Don't even know. 25. Now, okay, now you're in the good territory. This is great. Fires of Vulcan for $4. Yes, that's worth it. Bang, bang, a boom. Yes. The One Doctor. Yes. Flip flop. Yes. All these for $4. It's correct. This is the good stuff. Wrong Doctor's good, but for $6.78. Why is that more expensive? I know. Now, don't bother with anything over $4, right? I just give you 4 really good first-class stories. Where is it? Flip Flop, Bang Bang a Boom, The One Doctor, and Fires of Vulcan. Okay? 4 really first-class quality stories, right? Really, 100%. Hey, Nev Fountain. That's what I'm trying to work out. Nev Fountain. I had no idea he was dating Nicola Bryant, right? This is totally news to me. Look, what I'm looking at right now is some very bad releases, right? That was just okay. I don't want to, but I thought those other ones were way better. We're looking at some I haven't bothered with the 6th Doctor badge. That's just I'm sorry. It's going to be like Perry wasn't allowed to be a sailor or something. Fuck off with your crazy feminist bullshit. Okay, Doomsday Contract. That was actually pretty good. 6th Doctor and Perry was excruciatingly bad. And $40. Fuck me. There is nothing to recommend that. Is it 3 or 4 excruciatingly bad stories, right? Is it 4? Yeah, 4 excruciatingly bad stories. They brought this out in 2020. So this is the 6th Doctor and Perry Volume 1, right? That's 5 years ago. If you notice there's not a Volume 2, yeah, there's a reason for that. Again, it's all feminist bollocks, essentially, right? Blood and Sanders Claw, these are all throwaway ones. Widow's Assassin, I remember being quite good, actually. But I don't know. Okay, that's excellent. Was it the Companion Crawl of Perry and the Piscon Paradox? That is excellent, right? But that's worth the $5.42. That's a really good piece of Doctor Who, right? I do recommend that. Kingmaker's funny in that it's got John Colcher doing Tom Baker's voice. It's very obviously not Tom Baker. Which is really funny, right? Omega's a bit naff. Okay, so look, losing their fountain from the world of Doctor Who doesn't look like it. Let's say you want to boycott here, and I wouldn't even recommend that. I wouldn't recommend. I just remember Doomsday Contract was pretty good though, as I recall. Right, that was one of the better releases in that Lost Stories. Did they do Death Comes to Time as well? No, I just did Doctor Who Death Comes to Time. Doctor Who Death Comes to Time. What year did this come out? Wow, man, it's 24 years old now, right? It really is. Man, it had a huge. It's got a ridiculously large cast. That's crazy. Nev Fountain, right? Yeah, it was the script editor. Let's have a look at that. Doctor Who, Norris. Okay. So look, nice enough guy. Got nothing against him. I really don't. He seems like very pleasant, and he's banging Nicola Bryant. God bless him, right? But the Trump derangement syndrome, it's got him bad, right? It's got him bad. Republicans against Trump. I mean, just like Trump. The glorification of Trump can become excessive right-wing pastor Rick Jones. Do you know anybody in the early 30s that accomplishes as much as man? Honestly, I hate to say it. He was again just completely nuts, right? Just completely nuts. So apparently he said about Charlie Kirk. Where is it? I'm sorry, you can feel sad for any victim of violence, but those calling Charlie Kirk a man of conviction and faith, go to fuck. He was. I'm sorry. He was, but I would say a kind man and a good man as well. Like this is just not, even if you're right. But I'm sorry you got this delusional view of the world where everybody's a Nazi. He was a man utterly lacking in principles. You know nothing about him. An outraged cockroach who monetized rage tweets and would do and say anything to keep the cash rolling in. That again, I'm sorry that he disagreed with your insanity that women have penises, right? But it's insane, right? And do you see how the whole world has now turned against you? Right? This is a bad look, mate, right? This is a bad look, Nev. Monetized rage tweets. He led the demand for the release of the Epstein files right until the second he got a call from Trump. And then he did a 180 overnight. No, look, I did the same thing, frankly. Well, I wanted the Epstein files, and Trump said, essentially, Trump's DOJ said, you're going to be disappointed, right? To which Nev Fontaine and everybody like him took to be a conviction for child rape, right? Because Trump is obviously guilty of child rape. Now, I don't know what went on. Right, there's so many options. Maybe all the files were destroyed by Clinton's people in the Biden era. That's very likely. I don't see why they wouldn't have been destroyed, frankly, if they were around. Secondly, maybe it will destabilize the global economy. I don't know. Right, I really don't know, but I do know it's not like proof positive that Trump's a pedophile, and you would only think that. Look at that. Charlie Kirk, a man so beloved, they had to make mourning him mandatory. No, it's just like if you're a human being, you would mourn him, right? If you really, genuinely, this is a litmus test. Are you a piece of shit, right? Or are you a human being, right? Nev, you're a piece of shit, mate. And I'm sorry to say that, right? So yeah, with the Trump, I don't know why he put, why he turned around. I don't follow you have no evidence whatsoever to substantiate your frankly insane allegation. There's much evidence against it. It's deeply insincere because you didn't care about the Epstein files at all a year ago. Couldn't care less, right? When you just thought it had Bill Clinton in them, right? So it's and it makes you look like a shit, right? Overnight saying he was done talking about Epstein. Yeah, me too. There's nothing else to talk about right now. It's not happening. That's really where I am. It's a non-issue. I didn't vote for Trump. I didn't support Trump. I would have voted for him if I could. I didn't vote for Trump to release the Epstein files. I voted for Trump because I trust Trump's judgment, right? That's the reason. And I don't know what the deal is, but I don't, again, that you find it a conviction for pedophilia is you being crazy, Nev, right? He was a coward and a backslider. He just got murdered because he wasn't a coward. And he was never a backslider who turned his back on victim of a sexual predator in a hot second. You're just crazy, Nev, right? You're absolutely batshit crazy. And you really are, right? You really genuinely are. And I think you just kind of get, a hole with that. I think if he carried water a bunch of pedophile millionaires was the work of a man of faith, then I suspect you will join him in hell. And you know nothing about hell. And it's honestly, Nev, that you couldn't hold back is sickening, right? He's only been dead for a week. It's sickening. And the reason you need to make a big deal about it, right? The reason you need to make a big deal about it is because you're wrong and you hate being wrong. Bottom line, right? It's that you're wrong and you hate being wrong. Oh no, Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah, and that's the other thing. We were accused of, Israel was accused of killing Charlie Kirk. So Netanyahu came out and said we weren't. One has to wonder why Prime Minister of fucking Israel is so invested in mourning an American podcaster. Because he was an incredible friend to us, you imbecile. Like he fought the lies on campus. Because he was an incredible friend to us. And I think that means something, actually. And Nev, you're consumed with fucking hate. Look at you. Right? Look at this. Denigrating China. Mate, I'm sorry. You really, really, really need to get help. Right? So many of these people are just completely. And look, this is only from 16 hours ago. He's like, Nev, mate. Nev, I don't know what to tell you. This is really sad and crazy. All right, this is how I would, and you really just need to put it together, right? You do need, but you're not alone here. You got Tuvok now. Tuvok, Tim Ross. Look, we all kind of liked you, right? Everybody smiled when we saw you with the grey hair in Picard season 3. Like, oh, bit of Tuvok, right? And let's look. You might love Voyager. I thought Voyager was shit. I kind of loved it, but it was shit, right? Mocks Tim Russ mocks Charlie Kirk's death with Captain Kirk image. Why? The only Kirk that matters. I thought he did a bunch more stuff, didn't he? So I think so. Send condolences to the Charlie Kirk family. Here's a William Shatner. Just because somebody believes something different than you do, you shouldn't make them targets. Except that when they don't see your views and move on, it's differing viewpoints that make life interesting and will go around unless you have the earth is flat. Robert Beltran came out in support. But, like, again, you shouldn't be in glee, right? You shouldn't be in glee and happiness. And if you are, you look like a shit. And Ned Fountain, you look like a shit, right? Genuinely, you look like a shit. Now, somebody who doesn't look like a shit, who many people are going to say, oh, Tzvi, you should say he looks like a shit. I'm going to say no, right? I'm going to say no. Is this over here? We have, as we saw, Trump was in England, and here, another clip of Trump in England.
I think this is a real statement by the King and by the senior members of the royal family. I mean, it's very rare they all get together like this for a visit by a...
I mean, dude, did they pull out all the stops for Donald Trump to make him feel good, right? Yes, they did. Yes, they did. And
foreign leader. They're doing it to make a point. I think they recognize the world feels a little bit precarious right now. You have two raging wars in Ukraine and in Gaza, and you have a lot of people, particularly since the appalling murder of Charlie Kirk, I think are feeling very tense about the way that issues like free speech are going in the world.
Well, look, the world does feel to be on a knife edge, right?
And I think that the royal family want to make a statement. They are aligning themselves very publicly today with the President of the United States, who they know actually believes in his heart fundamentally in the principles of free speech, as indeed do they.
Again, this is the thing that amazes me, right? When Trump's first term, you had like that Sadiq Khan big balloon of like everything was great. Trump's now people are going, oh man, I wish Trump was over here. I wish Trump was here. And I honestly, when you go for that in a second, right? But yeah, look, this is the roots of stability. Trump is the roots of stability, right? And again, you want to stay far away from the people who reveled over Charlie Kirk's demise.
So I think that this is it's a statement by the royal family. We're going to roll out the ultimate red carpet. And again, just to stress, I've not seen this done for any other world leader. This is unprecedented. And bearing in mind that Donald Trump is getting a second state visit, but the first one was for a different monarch. So nobody has ever, US president or anybody else, has ever had a state visit with two different monarchs. So that.
Look, people say, how do you understand Donald Trump? I don't know. Be fair, be honest, and be respectful. Mostly the third.
Again, I think it's an important thing to say. Last time it was with Queen Elizabeth. This time it's with her eldest son, King Charles. That is real history. And I keep coming back to how his mother would feel, Donald Trump's mother, Mary, how she would have felt about this, watching her son, just on a human level, having these extraordinary moments with the Queen and then with the King. I mean, really remarkable, I think.
Now, okay, so this is really possible because legacy media is dead, right? Legacy media, it's listened to by like the 80s, and older. So yeah, a few people sent me this expecting me to be angry and have ire. I really don't. Sylvester McCoy, not so happy that Donald Trump is here.
I think you spoke to a few people as well at the protests.
Yeah, that's right. Lots of people here from all sorts of backgrounds.
Always got those Palestinian flags, don't they? It's incredible.
And lots of different reasons for being here, as I say, united under that slogan that Donald Trump isn't welcome here. Let's have a listen to what they had to say.
He looks pretty darn welcome, mate. I hate to tell you.
Well, I think President Trump is one of the most powerful men in the world, and he's one of the most dangerous men in the world.
I don't know. I love Sylvester McCoy. I really do, right? I think he's horribly misguided. Look, refugees welcome here. I think he's horribly misguided. I think he's a lovey living in London. I think he's an elderly gentleman, right? I would never get in his face about this, right? I just think he's wrong, right? I think he's from a different universe where, you were able to be manipulated and controlled to a great extent, right? It's, and so, like, for me, it's just, this is not going to mar my enjoyment of Sylvester McCoy's, frankly, fantastic performance of Doctor Who, right? I love his Doctor. Okay, he's being stupid. He's allowed to be. And not only that, he's allowed to exercise his free speech, like any other citizen. Good for him. I just disagree with him, and I wish, he wasn't consumed by this insanity. But there's really no way of thinking that he wouldn't be. He's an actor lovey. They all live in this bizarre universe. They have no idea what reality is, right? So yeah, look, I can't be mad at him about this. I really, genuinely can't. God bless him, right? God bless him, and all who sail at him. Anyway, we've done that. I'm glad I got to the Neff Fountain story. I totally forgot that. Went the that I forgot to cover it on the last show, and it was like the headline feature. Whoopsie! Hang on 1 second. Share screen. She cried. Jigger jigger. What's this? Oh, what's that getting massaging? What's that massage saying? Oh, just a thumbs up. Okay, 1 second. Now I lost my place. Fine, that's where we are. Doctor Who returning to BBC with classic episodes to air. Very good idea, frankly. And it's like I would put them on Saturdays at like 7:00. Like what is normally on Saturday at 7:00? On TV tonight. Yeah, let's have a look. See what's normally on Saturdays. Saturday at you can't load the time slot. Really? Wow. Radio time just went down. Whoa. That's crazy. That just went down in real time. Let's see if we can on tonight. We got it. Saturday. Can't load things up. Okay. But you see, there's nothing on. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Password. Like there's nothing on. There's a bunch of game shows. Yeah, you know what? I'll put Doctor Who right there. I bet it'll do good. Doctor Who. I bet it'll do okay. Okay, was it? Not now. Doctor Who fans waiting for the news on the new Doctor Who's future and when it will return to the screens. BBC Three has stepped in to fill the gap, repeating classic episodes from 2010. The episodes will be airing on Saturday night, starting from Saturday 27th September, 7:10. First up will be Matt Smith, Dead 11th Hour. Fantastic episode, right? I would just avoid all the Jodie stuff, right? I'll go to David Tennant after Matt Smith. BBC has yet to reveal how long they will continue. I guess how long till they do good. Or they'll be showing all the Matt Smith's Doctor. This is a very good idea, right? This actually is a very good idea. And look, the goal, I believe, is the BBC wants to have new Doctor Who on air Christmas 2026. I think it's a very doable goal. I just hope it's Doctor Who, and not like this weird woke shit they've been feeding us for the last several years, right? Disney doing it. Yeah, this is like a no feature article. Like, who cares, right? Like, who cares? Where are we up to? 5. Let's look at this. David Tennant on House. Speaking your truth can be spicy. There isn't your truth, David. There is truth, right? It is not truth that gender is mutable, right? It's not how you fit. It's not how you think about it. That's not truth. That's called a lie. That a boy can become a girl or a girl can become a boy is a lie, right? That's what that is. There aren't any trans. I don't think they're trans children. I think they're just terrible parents, which I'm looking at right now. David Tennant, Doctor Who Good Omens, is worried society is getting too spicy for people to share their opinions without being attacked. No, David, here's what's going on, right? It's you've lost the culture war, and you don't have your boot on the neck of the rest of the world anymore, right? And we're telling you, fuck off with your weirdo shit ideas that don't work, right? That's what's going on, David, right? It's not complicated, right? None of this is complicated. For somebody who's in the public eye and has been for quite some time, David Tennant, Broadchurch, Doctor Who, Good Omens, Rivals, has been refreshing to see how open and honest he remains about when it comes to addressing some of the important issues, and also smug, very smug, from defending transgender community. Again, you're not defending the transgender community, David, right? They don't need... Yeah, you're abusing your child, essentially. I know that's pretty harsh, right? But you're not defending anyone. Oh, mate. To taking on US President Donald Trump's... how are you taking that on? And how's that brave exactly? I'm going to do exactly the same thing that every other lovey actor's done in the entire world. Oh, very good. Look at that. Robert De Niro's doing it before me. It's not that brave, mate. Tennant putting himself on the line time and time again. But here's the thing. It's not 2018 anymore. And when you spew hateful bullshit, which is what you do when you say, Orange Man bad, people turn around and say, shut the fuck up, right? And he's not used to that anymore, right? None of them are. The world has changed in inglorious ways. 1 second. Send a message. Oh, there's a new thing on StreamYard. Doing. We're up to fine. Now I've lost my place again. There we go. Good. Hang on. But fine. We'll get to his speech in a minute, right? Yeah, again, look. I am only flesh and blood, ladies and gentlemen. I'm only flesh and blood, and my brain can only deal with so much bullshit, right? You remember that movie, what's it called again? Pacific Rim. Was it Pacific Rim with the giant robots versus the kaiju? That's awesome. I love that movie. Absolutely love that movie, right? How they weren't able to do more with that world's beyond me. Absolutely. But there you needed two minds to be able to deal with the, what they call it again? Something flow shift. I can't remember. It was a good movie. I like that movie. Anyway, I have a mind tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Was once brilliant and now has been corrupted and is twisted and evil. How did that happen? Well, he's from Birmingham. Of course, he's Birmingham's king of the geeks. How are you doing, sir?
I'm diminished and compromised. I'm going rogue, mate. I'm going rogue. I'm good, thank you. How are you? It's been one of those weird old days here.
Why? What's going on down your neck of the woods, mate?
everything and nothing at the same time. Every time I think I'm free to do one thing in particular, somebody else phones me or interrupts me or messages me, or something else kicks off, and before you know it, the entire day has disappeared up its own backside. Fortunately for me.
Yeah, I think we are in a like kind of global twilight zone right now. Like the world does seem to be dangling on a knife edge, of where we could go anywhere at this point. But like, I don't know. I was before he came on, I was just going over Ned Fountain's. Like, he's got crazier, by the way. God bless him. I mean, again, how can a man who's banging Nicola Bryant, right, be so angry? I mean, really, shouldn't that drain off some of the TDS?
Well, but I was going to say, I don't know. I don't know, Nev. I mean, he connected with me a couple of weeks ago, and I've not got around to speaking to him yet. But I do find, I mean, it takes all sorts to make a world, but some of this stuff is a bit mad. It does imply someone who's a touch obsessed. I mean, I think about Varadasaitu quite a lot, but not as much as these guys seem to think about Donald Trump. And
oh my God, yes. Okay, yes. If you think about Donald Trump more than you think about sex, there's something wrong, right? There's something that really, and you're a bloke. Yeah, really, truly, right? If you go also, there's something wrong. Don't do that, right? Don't do that. Yeah, but they've just been driven to insanity. Anyway, but the world's massively changed over the past week. Like Jimmy Kimmel being fired blows my mind, right? To me, I view things theologically as not necessarily a war between lightness and dark, but like definite like good and evil forces at play with each other. And this is very end of Daisy, okay? At the end of Daisy, the forces of evil get control over the world, and I think that was the Biden years, or what it looks like in England right now, right? And then the evil contracts as it seems to be right now. But the past week had, since Charlie Kirk's killing, again. It's the perfect trap because they couldn't not be disgusting about it because they're just disgusting people, right? Exactly. They couldn't. That's really the bottom line. It was a litmus test, so you couldn't be nice about it because you just couldn't not be. Yeah, I always say, I don't believe in secret racists. If you're a racist, you're proud of it, right? All like David Duke, Jeremy Corbyn, they're all proud of being racist, right? It's the same thing here. They're all just proud of these evil people. Anyway, which leads me to this story, which I'll go over, which David Tennant is finding it a little bit harder to speak his truth in public anymore, right? Because
why would this be?
Yeah, because, again, it's not 2017, David, when people would just go, okay, then.
So what happened is that David Tennant overplayed his hand as a national treasure and as one of the nation's busiest working actors, mistook his employability and bankability for an interest in him as a person and belief in whatever it was that he believed in. And for the first time in his, if not in his career, then certainly for a good 2 decades, he found himself on the receiving end of a bunch of theoretical fives from the British public, certainly, when they roundly rejected the sort of bollocks that he was coming out with increasingly regularly, and which I believe probably led to the disinterest in that game show that he was doing on ITV a few months ago.
I think it totally killed that game show. I think, listen, people still like him, and people love Rivals. What was it, on Disney or something? Okay, people loved it, and good luck for them. But it's and he's a very good actor, right? And here's the thing: the reason people like him, because even though he's got a bunch of stupid ideas that are drilled into him by his idiot feminist wife, right? And they are just dumb, destructive ideas. He seems like a nice, personable person who just wants to be good. He just does. Actors. When you become an actor, right? You should be given on your other side of the equity card. It should tell you, you are a moron. Shut up and dance. Perform your role. Don't tell people your thoughts on politics of life. No one gives a shit, right? It doesn't matter how wealthy you are. You're still a fucking moron. Shut up.
He used to know this. He used to know this, and I agree with you completely. I think this is the influence the overbearing intellectual sort of weight of his wife. I think it's very evident.
I think
he's always been a lefty.
Okay, carry on.
Ideological weight, I should have said, because
Again,
he's always been a lefty.
I still think you're being kind, but carry on.
He's always been a lefty and always to a partisan level. But all the woke stuff, all the identity politics stuff, and all the gender stuff is sort of off the scale mad. To fail so spectacularly at parenting your own children and then broadcast it as such to the nation, the world, and sort of front it out saying, and if you don't like this, it's you with the problem. Well, actually, David, I've raised more kids than even David Tennant has,
yes.
And I can tell you, he's making a fucking terrible job of it.
Yeah,
by all evidence.
That kid is crying out for attention, and not to have his cock and balls cut off. Just let me, cut to the chase you there. Anyway, so what does he say? David on the booking a room in Alcatraz. What? Beginning at around 6:05, the topic turns to Trump's plan to reopen Alcatraz. Like, why? Like, okay. Which is open from 34 to 63. Since that time, over 60 years, there's been a historical landmark on the tourist structure. Now, as Tennant notes, Trump is calling for the prison to be put back online to house vicious repeat criminals, offenders, the Dreg Society, who will never contribute anything other than suffering. Again, that doesn't sound crazy to me, right?
So Tennant is suggesting this is a bad thing.
Yes, because Donald Trump did it. If Donald Trump did it, it's bad. Right, that's all you got to know. If Donald Trump does it, it's bad.
I've always tried to avoid falling back on terms like TDS, but I can't see how this it's perfectly applicable. I mean, whether that was written for him or whether the hosts on this show sort of spend time with the writers and think, well, I'd really like to say this, or this amuses me. I'd like to make a point of circling this. All this sounds. They keep talking about stuff which is really good. If Trump's decided to do that. Yes, please bring some of that common sense here.
Again, they genuinely can't control. Okay, Big Finish had a fantastic series running with Space 1999, right? Their audio was and then the second or third release, it was a agonizingly, painfully paper thin Brexit analogy from the point of view of the Ramonas, right? And it killed the series. They did another release after it was pretty good. But nobody wanted it. It killed the bloody series, and now they're off doing like books on tape now.
Remind me, who was it that said that said those wise words? Everything woke turns to shit.
I think. One second, I have that over here. Right. It was a site. This actually came from a study.
I can't quite put a name to the face. I can see.
Look. I don't think David Tennant will be able to remember who it is either. Right. Although he probably thinks of little else. Okay, now I can't find it, right? I found Nicola Bryant saying I'm a naughty boy. We'll go with that.
That's it.
Rabbi, you're a very naughty boy.
And again, how is Nev Fountain so uptight, right? That honestly, that just makes me go, ugh. Anyway.
Everything woke turns to shit, okay? It's true. It's true. Look at what's happening.
Other than Nicola Bryant. Okay, it's Nicola. Yeah, okay. You as long as you wait till I'm asleep, you can tell me everything you don't like about Trump. Okay, just wait till I'm asleep.
I never like commenting on other people's relationships, but in the case of the Tennants, I feel that they've gone from being like mega secretive to making a real exhibition of themselves. And and in particular, I feel that Georgia Tennant comes out of it. Actually, who does come out of it worse? It probably is actually David Tennant that's come out of it worse because he's stupid enough to listen to her.
You can go either way. Like she looks like a battle axe feminist from hell, and he looks like a pussy whip little cup.
Yeah.
So it depends on what you think is worse.
This is a man at one point in his life, in fact, maybe even now, but at one point in his life, this guy could have probably have had like 75% of the female population, or certainly.
Oh God, yeah.
To know that he can't handle his own woman any better than this is unreal. So you've got that going on, and then you've got a situation. I mean, you do wonder whereby people, Nev Fountain, Nicola Bryant, these people who are together and part of the same sort of world and community and things like that. And it's like anything else. We all listen to our partners. You should listen to your partners and weigh up the things that they say. And that's where sort of differences can be breached, I suppose. If you believe different things, you can talk these things out, and often that's a really good thing if you're with somebody who has a different set of beliefs.
No, but they already have one set of beliefs.
Well, in this, I think it's now more commonplace for one to be sort of swamped by the other, and I believe that, like I say, I don't think David Tennant would have been particularly based had he have married somebody else. Penny Mordaunt or something like that. But I do believe that he has been swamped. His personality has been rather swamped by Georgia Tennant simply because she got a nice bottom. I think that was only the ass is what did it for him.
You know what? But that can't be enough. I'm sorry. I don't give a amount of. Well, no, I've always been more of a boob man myself.
She's not very blessed. She's not very blessed in the top deck department, though. So I suspect that DT favours the rear entrance.
Well, she certainly looked good in The Doctor's Daughter.
Yeah, you did.
But again, that was what, 20 years ago, and it looks very much 20 years ago. Tennant offered a personal recommendation on who the first tenant should be, adding at the end, "In you go, Donald. Close the door behind you." I'm like, David, get over it. Dave Tennant on Pope Trump. What the hell? Beginning at 8:50, twice now. Mark, Tennant and the panel discuss the AI generated of Trump as Pope.
He always looks so pleased with himself. Have you noticed as well? He always looks so pleased with himself when he delivers these lines, whether it's on silly game shows that should have been cancelled 15 years ago, or whether he's on stage at some awards ceremony. He always looks really pleased with himself.
Because he gets
this shit-eating grin.
Like, if everyone's always telling you everything you say is good, then you're gonna turn into an arsehole, as what happened. So there was an AI image of Trump as the Pope. This is from a year ago, and he's still thinking about it, right?
Okay.
White House social media accounts. After showing the image and a few comments on from the panelists, Tennant added, "Yes, it'll be quite a week for the Catholic Church as they got a new Pope and a new Antichrist." Okay. David, mate, I feel bad for you. I do. I really do feel bad for him.
He must have realised he dropped a bollock, because around last October time, he went really fucking quiet for months and months and months.
Didn't he did go. Yeah, a bit of this. I forgot we was going to talk about this yesterday. I have no idea what this is, but it's a great cover.
Yeah, it's great.
Right? What is this?
This is from, I believe it's from Candy Jar Books.
Yeah.
It's their latest project. A collection of short stories.
Companion. So Candy Jar. Is it a collection of short stories?
Yeah, I think so.
The collection covers not only Sarah's time with the third and fourth Doctors, but also the comeback in the 10th Doctor era. So is this a factual book, or is it a fiction? I think it's factual. Heading we first actually announced just Sarah back in 2013, but life got so busy. Okay, so I think it's a loving tribute to Sarah Jane Smith. This collection out later this year for the 50th anniversary lineup, which also includes a not only life, but it's a bunch of short stories. But it's a great cover. That's a lovely cover.
I like the cover a lot. But speaking as a creative myself,
it puts you right back in that 1982 era or 79.
Right? It's like Misty. There. Yeah, it's the Misty comic and things like. I'm getting a little tired as a creative myself and a consumer. I'm getting tired of homage covers to this, that, and the other. We seem to get one after the other, after the other, after the other. People aping somebody else's style. I think, for example, when they brought the Target book line back originally, it was kind of appropriate that they pay respect to Chris Achilleos in particular. But once they decided it was going to be a thing, they should break away completely from that. And when it comes to these kind of books, I know the people at Candy Jar, and they're very creative people. But I think that the time has come to break away from
move on
homages
from
now.
the past discovery.
Yeah,
You may well
we've
be
said
right.
this before.
I really hadn't given it much thought.
I
right?
get these projects mixed up, and I think the reason why is because all the covers look like this. They're all homages to usually an old comic.
Look. Once you have a good idea, it just kind of like goes and goes and goes and goes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's been done.
What other moves? I think that man, everything is drying up in Doctor Who really quickly. Right? Have you noticed that?
Shit. No shit.
I mean, like, boom. It's here. I'll go over to what's that site I always go to? Not Cosmic Book News. Not Cinema Blend. Screen Rant. Yeah, Screen Rant.
You know, we all know, and we've said this so many times. Most of us particularly over this side of the aisle, but not exclusively. People on the other side of the aisle feel that way too. Doctor Who needs a really good rest, and I don't just mean a rest from television. It probably needs a rest from the news cycle as well.
Well, it is. Okay, they used to do a article at least once every 2 days. September 10th was the last one. And it had like that non-crossover, then September 8th. Like they haven't posted anything new in over a week. That is a sign of serious stagnation.
It's particularly unusual for Screen Rant. That's a sign of a greater decay with the brand, because Screen Rant recycle their articles. They recycle their articles quite a lot, so they can't even be asked doing that.
What was I going to say? Look at this. Shooting Gatwood, difficult decision to leave Doctor Who. I had to really wrestle myself. Shooting, you're having a wank, okay? You're just jacking off. You know, that wasn't wrestling with yourself. That's called edging. Fuck me. Over-edging myself. No, you weren't.
Oh.
No, you weren't. They fired you. You said okay. That's what happened. Shooting out, you were called into the offices at the bosses at the BBC, and they said 1 step forward. Everybody's playing Doctor Who. Not so fast, Shooting. And you either, Billy, right?
I'm so glad to see the back of him.
At the end of season 2, it was exhausting, but it was a magical time. Magical. Yeah, no one believes a word you say about anything. Unbelievable. Anyway, are you on to? Okay, by the way, I'm going to apologize because my main feature I'm not going to get to. I'll show you what it would have been. All right, maybe we'll do this on Saturday. I don't think I'm on. Right, Saturday I might just take because I'm not going on your channel. I think because I got to get up for 6:55 every bloody day. For the next,
we will miss you, but we miss you. We will miss you not being on Saturday for the space. But we understand.
It's like, seriously, I got to get to bed early this time of year. All right. But this book looks really quite good, though. I have to say that this is one of the first books they put out in a long time. I thought looks nice. First time they brought it out, they go, "Oh, I might be interested in that." And I am kind of in. I do like the. They just released a annual anthology on Audible, which well, I guess it's an anthology of all the annuals. But here was the thing I was going to look at. I mean, this is. Have you opened up this issue of Doctor Who magazine yet?
No. And this is
so shit.
I haven't done this consciously either, just to spite Ben Cook. Hi, Ben. Hi, Ben, if you're out there, mate. But I haven't. It's next to me. I haven't. This hasn't been opened at all, literally at all. Probably for the first time ever for my 45 years of buying the title, I haven't so much as opened this.
No interest in whatsoever, right? No interest. And didn't they all freak out when you pointed it out?
Look at that photography. If that's exclusive to DWM, she looks like she's on the school run. She's just like a book bag in her one hand.
This happened way too much, right? Over the in the recent years, that you had actresses that should be like playing the mum driving the kids in a car insurance commercial. Became like, I know, Doctor Who or Mordred or like some huge role, right?
That's the real reason why character never put out any action figures of her at the time, because no 10-year-old boy wants to buy an action figure of his old girl. It's just not...
exactly. So this is Jodie Whittaker interview, goes on forever. Yeah, icky thump. And it just keeps going and going and going and going and going and going. Like, how long? They should have just made this into a special, but no one's going to buy it if it's not on a subscription.
I didn't really care what this silly Kay was saying when she was playing Doctor Who.
Exactly.
Don't like, fuck now.
And it's still, look at this. This article's still going. And why would you bring this up? Why would you bring that up?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me. Still going. Still going. I mean, look at this. It's ridiculous.
Jesus.
Yes. So this is what I was going to go over. Chris Chibnall's Guide to Destroying Doctor Who. Right? Keep us on screen, not on... which is a much more doable 4 pages. Open the canon, don't worship it. And also don't like a massive shit on it.
Don't
worship
it.
Power, which he doesn't have.
Is this serious? Is this actually Chris Chibnall, or is it a parody that someone
No, this is really Chris Chibnall. This is again, I can't wait to go over this article. Oh man. Icky Fub. I'll make all the kids feel so much safer, even during COVID. Just remember to distance and put your mask on. And don't touch anybody else. You're going to die. But I'll make them feel better. And later we found out the COVID rules are all bullshit.
I'm trying to extend a bit more sort of the milk of human kindness towards Jodie Whittaker, because it is a few years ago for her now. And I can't, if they were willing to devote all these pages to have a conversation with her, then it's not really on her, I suppose. But my God, did it smart having to hand over $7.99 for this?
I mean, okay, let's just count the pages. I can't believe it. I keep going back. Holy crap. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Okay, 36 pages out of 85. Is there any more?
Ben, mate, come on. And that's nearly half of the issue.
No, they just wanted to save money. They were being cheap. Yeah, so this looks really good, by the way. The Doctor Who annual. I'm really thinking about getting us a.
I agree with you. I'm interested in the content, but again, look at the cover. Yet again, another homage cover. This is why I get them mixed up. It's too much.
No, okay. I had a notice until you said it. Death in Heaven, a show that should have worked and just didn't. All right. Finally, we got a date for this. Like now they're reviewing it. They finally got a date of what, October 10th or 20th or something like that.
Something like that.
And I'm so glad I didn't get this. I don't know why they lied through their arse about this and said we're going to do Doctor Who Unbound. It's going to be like the Cushing Doctor. No, they recast the Butterworth Master. Meddling Monk. It's so tied into the William Hartnell era. Just weird. Just weird. I didn't bother getting this month. I honestly, I'm just bored with it. I think they may have actually killed my love for the Big Finish. It might be over. I don't know. There's a couple of things coming out this year that I want. This looks excellent, right? And they should get this guy doing a lot more box set covers. What's his name?
Oh, you're talking about Oliver Arkenstall-Jones and that new second Doctor
knows
set.
what he's doing, right? Look, this is gorgeous, right? They should totally have him doing more covers.
He's so right and attuned to Doctor Who, to the history of Doctor Who, and to really bringing it to life. This is what I mean about creativity. I mean, I know he does the homage posters, but those are his own projects. He can adapt his style very easily across different media. And Big Finish were right to jump on him. It's a good move. Same with Oliver Chinnery and various other originally sort of fan artists that they've brought on board and developed, and they're now putting out some beautiful work. I mean, I love Chris
the
Chapman's
two ones he's
covers.
done are excellent. Yeah, I agree with you. Sadly, this wasn't a great box set, but generally speaking, a good covers. They really have him do more.
You remember they painted artwork to Stephen's, I think it was his second box.
Well, yeah. They've gone through a lot of different permutations. Yeah, the last one was, they did 2 like this.
That one.
And then they did, the first one was a, what's it called again? Was one of the, they kind of stopped doing them. I don't know why. The trouble is here's the first one. But they stopped doing, I guess the artist moved on or something.
Yeah, Chris Naylor is the artist. He voices Harry Sullivan. That was a woman who they used several of her covers initially across different ranges, but I haven't seen anything by her lately.
I don't know. She was doing the War Doctor stuff. I don't know why they should just pick an artist for a range and stick with it, frankly.
I agree. That really, really works.
Right.
It works far, far better than sort of scattering them across the ranges, because it's bad enough that they've lost the kind of the bylines to most ranges, so you get them all mixed up.
Yeah.
You know, when something's a lost story, it doesn't have a lost story banner on it or something.
Right.
I missed the black bar, the black sidebar.
That was a very good piece of design. Also a good piece of design. Tonight's thumbnail, Jurassic Larks.
Jurassic Larks.
Tell me more. I am intrigued.
Well, this is tonight's Type 40. So, yes, this is kicking off from 8 p.m. there on the Type 40 channel, hosted by starry-eyed girl Sarah Graham. She's fronting Type 40 Extra this time, while I take a week off. So you can go and join her and other people too. So you can go and find out who's on that later on, and you get not just her thoughts on the latest Jurassic Park film, Jurassic World movie, I should say, but a ride back through Doctor Who history to revisit some of her favourite dinosaur encounters there with classic and new Doctor Who. So go and check out Type 40 Extra later on with my best friend, Sarah Graham.
I can't speak from experience, but I imagine Sarah's a very good ride, right? If she's giving you a good ride, it's going to be a good one.
You're not really going to make me answer that. I think I'm in enough trouble.
She put a lovely picture of her on Facebook the other day with one of her kids when they were young. It was so cute. Did you see that?
Well, I think I'm still in trouble with Sarah for something provocative I said a couple of weeks ago.
You can't be in trouble with Sarah for that. I don't believe you. I did She'll wag a finger at you. That's about it. You're not in trouble.
They're a wonderful family. Sarah, husband, and the 2 children. Great people. And it's always nice to see them, sort of all of them thriving and things like that. So, if you want to, go and support Sarah. She's hosting Type 40 Extra on the Type 40 channel from 8 p.m. tonight. Go and check it out, get commenting, and let her know, I suppose, what you think of the stuff that she's bringing up there. And I'll see you back on the channel next week, I think. Next week. Facebook Live's on Saturday. Even if we are Rabbi-less, we're...
I'm sorry. I feel really guilty about it. You should know. I really feel... Although, as I say, this week's Alien Earth, I thought was the weakest episode of the season. But I'm still enjoying it. Do you watch it?
I haven't seen it yet, no. I'll watch it either tonight or tomorrow.
Okay, when I watch it now, I always watch it thinking, is Dan going to think this is people walking in dark rooms whispering? I can't tell.
The last episode wasn't. I thought the last episode was better. Because I said, didn't I? I felt it was building. But
it is building. The only thing that really kind of annoys me with it is I hate the character names. It's so hard to remember. There's like Slightly and Smee, and they're like really important characters, and I really like their story. I understand
that they are literate. They're associated to the literature and the Paul Peter Pan thing, which I wouldn't describe it as clever. I think it's viable, and I can see why they've done it. It works in context, but unfortunately, you give a bunch of characters a load of silly names, and people just don't remember them. What's wrong with calling one? That's Terry, that's Phil, that's Tracy, that's Sharon.
Exactly. Look, the art of storytelling is becoming a lost one. If you watch the titles of Minder, right? Do you remember Minder?
Of course.
That tells you an entire story within about 30 seconds. You know exactly who Terry McGann is, right? You know exactly who Arthur Daly is, and you know exactly what their relationship is, and you know exactly why they have each other's backs.
Yeah.
Right? And all that comes out, and it's just a really clever bit of storytelling. Right? Where he goes from him like winning the boxing to being in jail. Yeah, that's right. But again, that is the lost art of storytelling. We do not have it around anymore. Anyway, with that, I'm going to head off into the sunset. I've got a lot of groceries put away. My New Year's is coming, right? New Year's is coming, and we got all the New Year's food. Oh God, you don't even want to know. I've got to put away the pomegranates and the beetroots. It's just weird times for me, baby. Right? I'm not even joking.
Well, happy Jewish New Year to you and yours, mate. I hope it's a full and prosperous one coming your way.
And to all of us. So happy New Year to all of us, one and all. I think, I will be streaming on Sunday, which is the day before New Year. So remember, things are going in a good direction. Let's see what happens next year. I think things are going to get crazy. Fine, with that, I'm going to hit the end broadcast button. I'm going to hit it again. Say good night. Good luck, and